And for the past 10 months, I've been in and out of a school in this. In Bangladesh, the quality of education a child receives is determined at birth. The school I go to, I see that there's a girl who comes to school every day but brings books in outside my school, and she has told me that she and her father cannot afford to buy pencils with eraser and a sharp. Why her father forces her to use pens. Kids named Hassan and Alamin were sharing color pencils on a program where we hosted an art competition during International Mother Language Day. Our government tells us that we have to celebrate different theme days like International Mother Language Day, Independence Day, Victory Day, and they tell us that we have to host essay competitions and art competitions, but what they don't see is that some children can't even afford to buy books. Where would they get the color pencils to perform? Now, my question to you all is that what if we woke up tomorrow in one of these child's body and we had to go to school without a uniform or a school bag or a pencil to write with? If you think about it, there are 17 million children going to primary school today in Bangladesh. By grade 5, 8 million of them drop out. By grade 12, this number increases to 15 million. There are many reasons for this dropout. And every time I talk to the parents, they always tell me that they want education for their children. They want the education that they deserve. They have seen and they have felt when they dropped out of school that it was a big mistake of their life, and they always want their children to come to school and study. But what they can't do at times is when they're struggling to put food on their tables, they're struggling at the same time to meet these educational needs like uniform, bags, pencils, sharpeners, erasers, and every other single thing that this kid needs to come to school. I was frustrated by everyday struggles with my kid. Like, it's easy to go to school and say, hey, kid, if you don't bring a copy the next day, I'm not going to let you in my class. But what I didn't understand at the time is that that kid would still come to school the next day without a notebook and shy away from me when I say again, hey, everybody, take out your notebooks and start writing. And it was a struggle for me to slowly realize that it was not their problem. It was a problem of like every other kid that I've met during the last 10 months. That's why one day I thought, hey, what if I actually asked around and see if I can get some donations for my children? So there is a very popular Facebook group called Desperately Seeking Dhaka. And there I was seeking desperately for kind people who could donate for my children. I posted, and within 24 hours, I got a huge response from the people. They all knocked me in Facebook and said, hey, I want to donate for your kids. How can I do that? And that's when I realized that maybe I can use the internet as a platform to showcase the stories of my children, and I can give them a forum where they can talk about their problems and they can share their stories and they can get help from people. Because Rita Pearson, a very famous TED Talk I have watched recently, said that every child needs a champion. Every child needs somebody to help them, to look after them. And my platform can do that. That's where I started the initiative, The Left Side Classroom. This is the pilot phase of my project where I said, I have started a Facebook page where I'm showcasing currently the stories, the children that I'm interacting with. And there is, as you can see, a Google form which has enabled me to get potential donors to sign up for me, and then they can come and meet the kids and they can donate. This is a story from September 2nd when I posted a story about my kid Hassan, who was writing with a pen, and within 10 days, a school named Summerfield School in Mohammadpur donated all these pencils, sharpeners, and erasers for me, and I dissipated them into my classroom. My project aims to create a human feeling. It tries to bring the privileged ones to the underprivileged. It wants to connect the people. That's how I do it. Abrar is a donor for my project who came to my school, met the kids, interacted with them, and then donated a lot of books to start a library in my school. Sometimes my donors can't come to school due to time constraints, so they also prefer just giving it to us, and we ensure that they know that we have given their donations to our children. So how it works is very simple. I have a platform where I showcase the stories of my children, and then the people who see it, the followers of my page, they can sign up for it and they can donate by signing up in the Google form. When I see the Google form that somebody has signed up, I establish contact with them, I set up a drop-off point, or I invite them to school if they're interested. So when they come to my classroom, they interact with the children, donate the books, and later we also showcase the pictures of these donations in my page so that this has been given. And the recipients are happy children. As I said, that how do we know that the donations are actually going into the school? Because every single child who's receiving these pencils, sharpeners, books, they're all being showcased in the Facebook page, which is the pilot phase right now. Our goal is actually to eradicate educational inequality by providing books and other study materials to underprivileged students, because we believe that if we fulfill the educational needs of our children, then it will liberate his or her parents from fulfilling it, and the family will be able to meet more urgent needs such as food and shelter without having to compromise the needs of that child. We have a lot of future goals. The basic future goal is to obviously launch a platform such as a website for the left side classroom, because I think that Facebook is not sustainable as a project to run in. Then I want to scale up to support many other schools countrywide actually right now. And I want to launch a library program similar to Room to Read, but I want to reach out to more schools at the same time. And I want to obviously launch an ICT program. Already I've been receiving many opportunities where people want to donate their old computers. So I want to collect them and then establish like computer labs in different schools and teach them ICT skills. And lastly, I want to also launch a grants program for orphan children where they can get support from like these generous members of our society. So that's it from me. I would just like to say that thank you. Even if I don't win today, I don't regret it, because I wanted to showcase the story of my kids. And I know that they're extremely, extremely happy to know today that somewhere out there, somebody's trying to help them. Thank you.
Do you know this company called Kickstarter?
Sorry?
Do you know this company called Kickstarter?
I have heard of it.
So you're kind of like the Kickstarter for education. Okay, that's the way I look at it.
Thank you so much, sir.
What the challenge is one-time donation is not helpful. You need continuous.
Yes.
How can you do that continuously and track the progress? So Kickstarter is like that, you know, milestones and all that.
Yes.
That is groundbreaking, and that is something that could be done. So like, how would you address verifying and tracking progress?
Right. So as I am just saying that I'm a teaching fellow right now, so I'm just trying to work around nearby schools. And right now, I am getting a lot of approach for monetary donations as well. But, you know, I think that right now I am too small of a project to ask for money, because it also brings a lot of accountability and liability to all my donors. So they donate a lot of pencils. I've been receiving, so far I have raised around 1,000 pencils. And I can tell you one thing, that every single pencil I have given to the kids, they all come back every single day to write with that pencil. And that motivates me to like move on with this project somehow. I will apply for grants. I will go out to more people, corporates, to raise money so that I can do something like a World Food Program where they give biscuits. But instead, every single month, I will dissipate pencils.
If you can just show that progress very easily with a mobile phone, trust me, you'll get more people to come.
Yes, that's also a future goal, what I haven't mentioned. Right.
So Sadia, thank you. I have a few questions about how you go about selecting the children who are participating. Do you have criteria for who may participate? Because there are very, very many people, I imagine, who would like some help in some shape or form.
Yes, so the school that I'm working on right now, the project where it's being piloted, is actually very under-resourced school. The school resides 1,500 students, but it's only have 8 classroom. I actually teach like 100 kids in one classroom. But the thing is that this is like a remote part of Dhaka. It's called Gudaraghat. So the children, I would say, is that they come from street vendors' children, rickshawalas' children, like probably 1% of them come from good families. So in that school, the need is eminent. That I can see that these kids need it. And my target at first would be to actually go out to under-resourced school, like slum areas, like primary schools given in slum areas, so that where I know that there is a need. And later on, maybe to some other schools where the need is not that much, but there is a need. So yeah.
Right. I have another question about the practicalities of hooking up people. I understand that you present the children who would need some kind of assistance, and then people take an interest. You just said that you couldn't monitor the donations, but if this really gets grows as much as it sounds like it does,
Yeah.
then there would be a need for some mechanism, or people will come up to you and say, can I use your bank account for transferring and so on? How do you imagine a system to make sure that the help comes?
Well, about digital connectivity here, there's Bcash system, right? There's mobile phone for everyone to donate to. And as I said that, so I don't necessarily need a bank account, but rather if I have a Bcash account and people want to donate, because I think for some people, it has been very easy to offer me money because at times they cannot come and like donate to the children directly. So like, as you said, so it's going to be a system, like I would obviously employ like field workers who would ensure that every month pencils, notebooks, bags are going out and being received by many, many children. And then they give me back report and I see the financials, and then I can like look at the progress and then come back for more donations and I can ask for more.
That sounds like a lot of work. Do you imagine working with some NGO?
Yes, I want to establish my own NGO. In fact, I'm just like planning that right after I finish my fellowship, the first thing I'm going to do is like apply for an NGO bureau license.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sadia. That was really inspiring. I don't have a question. I just want to wish you all the best.
Oh, thank you so much.
And thank you for sharing this. It was really, really nice to see how you're driving this.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sadia, for your beautiful story. If you win it, wonderful. If you do not win the competition, all the very best. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the presentation round. Thanks to all the 7 finalists who've put up a great show today and who've done some amazing work with the presentations. So a big round of applause for all our 7 participants. And I can say for sure that our judges now would have a tough time choosing who the winners are. And I think they would need some time to accumulate their scores. And we will probably also need some time to let them finish. But for all the others, none of you would be sitting idle, since we have a nice AV coming up. They say, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So now, Grameenphone is certainly a place where employees not only work, but they also have fun. They play games, they sing along. The culture within Grameenphone is certainly very, very unique. Let's have a look.
Wake up, শেষ দিন wake up, wake up, হবে বহু everything is awesome, cool and chunk, so nothing is possible now, cause we are the biggest smart Garden, coaching the art, it a cool chomotgar, and new day is a new place. More work and more place. To be in all the place. Going and it is fun. Joking on the pocket shotgun. Life is my lifestyle. We're cool, smart, and awesome. Starting off a fresh journey, like a chance to stand up like a monster. It's time for this journey, the place where you wanna be.
Good life and GB and on check this out. To help us give us out. Some people like we are proud.
It's like my pocket, the good got to my bone to time to pick up in the selfie smile. Don't make it go down. I'm like all night. The bingo bun. Take a house for much to stash. Where was time? Shundara apna dharma jnana kar fir prithvi bin tekera 24/7 gyan ko best go let's say ready steady go
Now that looks like a fun place to work. Grameenphone is not only the leading mobile operator in the country, it is also one of the leading employers in the country. And not to mention the working environment that you've seen in the presentation, where talents are nurtured in their professional life and beyond their professional life. Do not count my words for it. See it for yourself. So let's hear a big cheer for none other than our very own Grameenphone employees doing a musical performance for all of you.
এমন দেশটি কোথাও খুঁজে পাবে না কো সকল দেশে রানী সেজে জন্মভূমি সেজে আমার জন্মভূমি সেজে আমার জন্মভূমি সূর্য গ্রহ তারা কোথায় আছে এমন ধারা কোথায় এমন খেলে এমন কালো মেঘে ও তার পাখির ডাকে ঘুমিয়ে পড়ে পাখির ডাকে জেগে এমন দেশটি কোথাও খুঁজে পাবে না কো তুমি সকল দেশে রানী সেজে আমার জন্মভূমি সেজে আমার জন্মভূমি সেজে আমার জন্মভূমি
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching out fever, pretend it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see it's today. It was all beyond and I'll let you care. See how high level the air inside of you. Don't underestimate me, the thing that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch is burning out the door. This girl reminds me of a brother keep thinking that we almost had it all. This girl believe me, pray it was I can't help feeling but you have body moving in the tree. You have my heart inside and you wait till the baby. Bye bye, I have no story, but I'm gonna make it burn. Think of me when the depths of your whispers, making home down the road as we share. This girl's house reminds me of the way they keep me thinking that we almost had it all. This car's so full of the baby, pray it, 'cause I can't help feeling it. We could have had it all. My heart is to the beat of my you have my heart inside your hand, and you waited, till the end.
We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. But education in the classroom. We just leave them kids alone. Just another weekend. You're just another weekend. We don't need no education. We don't need no control. But education in the classroom. We just leave them gates alone. Leave them gates alone. All you know, you're just another weekend. All you know, you're just another weekend.
Listen a song for the broken hearted. No silent prayer for faith departed. I'm gonna be just the face in the crowd who better hear my words when I shout it out loud. It's my last now or never. I never leave forever. I just wanna live. It's my last like Frankie said, I did it my way. I just wanna live, 'cause it's my life. This is for once a stupid grand. I'm for Tom Regina, will never back. get it. Make no, the work you gotta make your own body. It's my last life. I just wanna live. Life. তুমি চন্দ্রের তুমি প্রথম দেশকে তুমি কাছে Johnny Hollow
Sure, I feel good.
Do you recall not long ago when you walked on the sidewalk? Innocent, remember, all we did was care for each other. The night was warm, we were bold and young. All around, the wind blows, we would only hold on to let go. Yes, we need someone to lean on. Yes, all we need is somebody to lean on. Yes, we need someone to lean on. Yes, all we need is somebody to lean on. Do you recall not long ago when you walked on the sidewalk? Innocent, remember.
So now, the moment of truth. The moment that we all have been waiting for. And for that, dear participants, I'd like you to come back on stage again. All the participants, please come to the stage. All of you, I do not know what the scores are saying, but you've been great. All of you deserve to be the winners. And I'm not saying this out of sympathy. I'm saying this because we mean it. But it's just the format of the program that we can only pick the top 3 winners. Before giving out the result, let me call the judges. Let me call the judges to the stage and share a few words with us. Honorable Ambassador, Fayaz Tahir, and Muhammad Shariful Islam, please. So I've got a question for all of you. Was it difficult choosing the winners? I thought that's going to be really difficult. But then we'd like to hear from the judge's mouth.
Whether it was difficult, are you kidding me? Did you see the same presentations as I saw? We almost started to fight. Yeah. No. We had a thorough discussion and we spent a lot of time and we really went into the depth of the presentations and of the projects. I felt a little bit like I was recruiting. I wish I was. You were doing, you did a very, very great impression on me. Your performances, your presence on stage, the way you had prepared, you didn't even need to turn around to see what's on the overheads. And really, the overheads as well, very, very high quality. So all in all, this was a great experience for me.
Thank you so much.
It was a bit difficult. Okay, that was too loud. Sorry. Seeing you guys from the very beginning and then following you through the journey. And then today when we're trying to decide who will be at the top, after a while it was kind of not an argument, but it was a very big healthy debate.
A discussion.
And we were arguing on storytelling, your emotional content, how strong you believe in this, how we felt that we were convinced by what you sharing with us. It was at a point, we're looking back and forth, honestly. It was that convincing for us. But eventually we had to come up with the top names. But as you mentioned, this is just the beginning. So whoever comes out, moves on, others will go on and find different platforms, whether it's separated by us or someone else.
If I had to come up over here and pitch like you guys did today, I would be nervous as well. And I would not be able to do that. So first of all, congratulations for that. It takes a lot of courage. It's really hard, okay? Second of all, I think this platform is a good platform to get exposure. So the real winners today are the ones who are gonna go out and execute this. And that's the way we look at it, because you've got some groundbreaking ideas. Some of you guys have started it, but it's gonna be the passion, whether you will follow through and go with it. And I hope that all of you go with it. There are support, there are people to help you to do this. So don't take this top 3 that's gonna go to Oslo as anything. It's about you going through with this. If you were able to stand up here and pitch in front of this many people, it's about just going out there and just doing it yourself. So congratulations, and I think it was a very, very, very tough decision. It was not easy, but I think we have a good diversity, and I think this team will represent well in Bangladesh, and I think we can win this year, and from Bangladesh.
I agree with Fayaz in a sense that when I look back at my undergrad days and see them, I feel jealous and happy at the same time that they're 10 times smarter than what we were in our days. So kudos to all of you. Any tips for them? Any suggestions? Because they're all young people, they have bright ideas. They're still, let's say, moldable to some extent. Do you have any tips and suggestions for them for the real life?
I'm sorry, I'm a Journey fan. I don't know whether you've listened to them. I'm too old for that. Don't stop believing. That's the only thing I can tell you. Just don't.
The only suggestion I have, because I am also, I'm way too old to think like you do, but my only suggestion is for you to just be aware that you can do anything. I think that's what got you up on this stage. This generation from this country at this time can do anything.
The power is in your hands to create the future for Bangladesh. And it's also in the hands of us. We have to create our own future, so you have to also create that. That will impact millions. So believe in that power and go through with it.
Now, in order to give out the result, may I please call upon the guests to grace the stage again. The CEO of Grameenphone, Mr. Rajiv Shetty, Honorable Minister, Nurul Islam Nahid, please come on stage. Thank you so much.
Yes, I have the easiest job. I have the results in my hand. I just have to read out the names. But before I do that, and this is not part of the script, I have something different before we announce these three names. And this has nothing to do with the results. It's something beyond that. Can I have Siam here? Siam, can you join me here? Siam Farooq. You. Yeah. Getting confused with the faces and the names. You presented an idea which was brilliant. And we always think about quick decisions and speed of decision and doing all of that. Just want to make an announcement that it will be an honor and a privilege for me as CEO of the Grameenphone and Grameenphone as a company to partner with you in your venture. And the formalities will happen. We'll be in touch. How do we do this? Even more important for me. After you've run this pilot, we have this huge dream about contributing, doing something on the education side. Grameenphone as a company wants to do something big on that. And in case you want to lead that project from within Grameenphone, there's a job for you. Okay, and thank you so much for that. And now the results. Can we have some guesses, please? What's the name? Okay, possible. And these are three names, and these are not in any order of merit or any rank. These are three names, people who have been selected. And as somebody said, it's not about winners or losers, it's just about three people whom we want to take it to the next level, whom the judges want to take to the next level. And the first name is of a lady. It's of a lady, the first name. And it's Sadia Azad. Second guess. The first one you were right. The second one. Coincidentally and fortunately and happily, the second name is also of a lady. Do I need to announce the name? Abreshmi Haq, please. And the last one is unfortunately it's not Siam, but it's Sabab Rahman from IBS.
In fact, congratulations to all 7 of you. And ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for you as well. You've been a brilliant audience. And like I said, the competition might end here. The journey does not end here. This forum will continue to collaborate and share views and share experience to develop and shape up better ideas year after year. So see you next year. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Very good. Very good. Very, very well. Congratulations.
We're living together, but still it's farewell. And maybe we'll come back to earth, who can tell? I guess there is no one to blame. We're leaving ground. so many light years to go.